my name's Jim. I live in Arizona. For the last 20 plus years, I've been in real estate and doing either resale. I'm a broker. I own my own brokerage. But the ups and downs of real estate, I mean, you just got to turn on the news today to figure out it's not going to be fun to be a real estate agent for the next 4 years. And I'm tired of the ups and downs and being dependent on what our government does and what interest rates are and so on and so forth. So when I found this opportunity, everybody's going to want to work from home. E-learning. I mean, I do all of my real estate learning. I have to do every 2 years, I have to do my continuing education. I do it online. I don't go to a classroom and sit there for 3 hours. I do it at my own speed. And that's the way the world's going. I want to be in front of it.
Why'd you choose Superior HBC?
Because I think the 16 years of you doing it, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I want to be involved with something that as your products continue to come out, I don't have to pay for them again. They continue just to go, into our accounts. We're up to speed. We're up to date with, what is selling in the world, what is being learned out there. And like I said, it's a turnkey business in a box.
I'm Fred from Charleston, South Carolina. I was a private investigator for 29 years. The last 15, I own my own agency up in the state of North Carolina before returning home to South Carolina. I was looking for an opportunity that allowed me to work from home or work from anywhere. And after doing a lot of research, getting involved in some other arenas, I realized, similar to Jim, all of my continuing education that I did for years in the private investigations industry was online. So I knew it was a direction that everything was going. I wanted to be a part of it. And once I did my research on Ed and Superior Home Base Consultants, 16 years in business, A+ accredited member of the Better Business Bureau, in the faith-based business, I decided it was the place for me to be.
My name is Peter. I'm in San Diego, California. I was a real estate broker for 20 years. 9 of that 20 years, I was a hard money lender, my own escrow company and so forth. If you look at the real estate business the way it is now and what the future looks like, I felt it was time to move on. I have had other businesses during my tenure and been successful at them, from direct sales to owning nightclubs and things of that nature. And sales seems to be my go-to. It seems to be what I do best. I looked at your company. I thought this is exactly what would fit for me, and I would fit for you. And the reason I chose your company is much the same as everyone else has said. I did my investigation, looked around, checked it out. Everything seemed good. The 16 years that you've been in business and been successful, and the fact of the way that the Better Business Bureau shows, that's also very, very important, because I know they look at that every 3 months. So you have to, stay on your toes.
Right.
So I'm real happy to be here, and I'm excited to get going. And as I like to say, let's light it up.
Natalie, talk to us. State you're from.
North Carolina, Research Triangle area, Raleigh, Durham.
Very good. Tell us your professional background, please.
I have a doctoral degree in clinical psychology. So constantly doing telehealth, and was working with kids at the time that COVID kind of rolled out. So, yeah.
Okay. Very good. So why were you looking?
I saw the potential. I saw the potential in the silver linings of COVID, so to speak.
Right.
How I could utilize that in conjunction with my telehealth approach. I have just started my own business and creating my own website, but I have a lot of student debt, so I'd be lying if I said the money, wasn't a huge factor, just the monetary amount. I was like, even if I'm making the low end of the 1K, or, even a couple of grand a month or $3,000 a month with minimal effort, because it is the plug and style play franchise. So right. I was like, even if I'm just using it to augment, fantastic. But if it blows
right.
up, life is good.
So what was your decision factor when you came in, got the feel of Superior HBC and who we're with, and Jim, and who you came in with Jim, and what did you see that attracted you? Said, that's it.
Jim is he's got an approach where he doesn't sell you. He allows the longevity of the business, the Better Business Bureau rating. He quotes Forbes in talking about the exponential jump that we're going to see in the e-learning business and the home-based business models, secondary to COVID largely, but
Right.
also just in natural progression for what we're seeing, technology expanding. Yeah, so that, and I love the mentorship component. That for me was huge. I don't want hand holding because I'm too independent for that and feisty. But I love somebody that's already been successful in their own right and that can feed some of that knowledge to me.
John, if you would unmute, state you're calling from, please, sir. And professional
In
background.
California.
Excellent. Let's talk about your professional background real quick.
So for the last, I've done lots of things, but for the last 11 years, I've been providing high-tech equipment to dentists and oral surgeons, things like intraoral scanners and laser equipment and low radiation X-ray equipment. And it's not a bad business, but it is changing, especially since COVID. The bigger companies are swallowing up the smaller companies, and that is sort of happening to the company I work for. And so they're moving. And so that was one reason I was looking around. Another one was that I was really interested in working from home because I had a long commute, which is common here in California. And I did it for many years, but I was ready to stop doing it. And I could see the trends that were happening that were making it more feasible to work from home. And so when I came across your ad, and I guess I'm going on without
That's okay.
having you
That's
ask the
okay.
question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I liked the tone of the ad. As we all know, there's a lot of ads on Craigslist and everywhere that promise the moon. But there was something about the ad that was like straight shooting. It was no BS. It was like, this is how it is. It didn't hide the fact that you have to work. It didn't sound like pie in the sky or get rich overnight. And then when I talked to you on the phone, I found, I had the same impression that you're a straight shooter, that, you've been refining this and improving it for so many years, for 16 years. And as others have said, I liked the reviews on the Better Business Bureau and Google. And then that impression has been reinforced every step of the way on the second call. And then I like the fact that we have these meetings, that although we are in business by ourselves, we also have group encouragement, because we human beings are gregarious creatures and we like being with others, but we also like to make our own decisions and run our own business.
Right.
So I like that fact.
My name is Greg. I am in Tennessee.
All right, very good. So, Greg, your professional background condensed, please. What have you been doing the last 10 years?
I have been doing direct sales all my life,
Okay.
including the last 10 years.
Okay. Why were you looking for a home-based online business?
I've always looked for a home-based business. I've looked at a lot of them. There are a lot of good liars and ruthless thieves out there. And I probably donated to most of them
Don't
over the years.
have we all?
So I like what I heard. It's legitimate. The support is there as far as my reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I like being in control.
Okay. Very
Control of
good.
my time. I like being in control of who I'm going to talk to, when I'm going to talk to them, so on and so forth.
Your daily schedule. Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, Thomas, step out and tell everybody what state you're calling from.
Hello. California.
Thomas, tell me what your professional career has been over the last 10 years, condensed 60-second format.
Well, I've been in the hospitality restaurant business for the past 10 years.
What'd you do in that hospitality industry?
Yeah, everything, start from the ground, work my way up, started as a busser. Past 2 years, I was general manager at a restaurant out here in LA.
So you've been a general manager, a restaurant, 2 years now. Why were you looking for an online business?
I didn't want to continue to work 70 plus hours a week so someone else could get rich. And I wanted to be my own boss, which on the path that I was currently on was taking way too long.
Right. All right.
You
Very
know?
good. What made you make the decision to choose Superior HBC?
Primarily three reasons, authenticity, the legitimacy, and the integrity. And obviously doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, do your due diligence and your research and checking in on certain things and making sure that everything was, on the up and up, everything checked out. So it was really those three things.
Let's go to Tony, newest member at this moment. Tell us what state you're in.
My name is Tony, and I'm in Boston, Massachusetts.
Perfect. Tell us about your professional career.
Let's see, I have spent most of my career in some form of sales and marketing. The last company that I was employed by was, I was with them for 24 years until recently. They did not survive COVID. It was a national education company. 24 years. The last 18 years of that, I was vice president of marketing. When they ran into the problems associated with the pandemic, it was looking like it was going to come to an end, and it did. Although I was disappointed at the time, there's a part of me that was really tired, the grind, the hours, putting money in other people's pockets, ready to do my own thing. I have been self-employed a couple times as well. I've owned a couple of startups. So I started looking around. At first I was looking for employment, and then I thought, no, I got to do my own thing. And that's when I started looking at other home-based business opportunities.
What state are you in, Richard?
I'm in Washington.
What I want to know, first of all, refresh everybody's memory is your professional career. What have you been doing the last 10, 20 years?
I went to college. And I went for pharmacy school. My sister's a pharmacist, so I decided to do that. And I went in several years into that, got myself into debt. But when I got into the internship, that's when I really found out that I did not want to sit there in an assembly line the rest of my life. That was just not me. And I'm like, I got to change something here. So I decided to, change my college degree there, and I needed money because I was in debt. I was broke. I started digging ditches for a buddy's family plumbing business. Took a quarter off, took another quarter off. 4 years later, I've taken the test. I got my plumbing license. And then within 3 weeks after that, this rundown plumbing company opportunity just kind of fell in my lap. And so I went to my buddy and I said, I'm really, really sorry. I know you guys trained me and all this, but there's an opportunity here and I got to take it. He's like, dude, you're crazy. You've never ran a business before, and you don't know plumbing. You just got your license. You're not going to do it. You're not going to make it. So 6 years later, they sold out, and he ended up working for me for 12 years. So I think I did pretty good.
The boss became the employee. And so you ran that plumbing business, what?
21
How
years.
long has it been now?
21 years.
21 years. So tell us about why you were looking for an online business.
So just before COVID, I was actually selling the business. My body's just been run down. I had a knee replacement in 2018 on my back. I've had 8 back surgeries. I've had a shoulder surgery, and COVID hit. I had the business actually sold. We were going to close at the end of March, and the world got shut down on March 17th.
Wow.
So 13 days. But anyways, so I ended up continuing. I lost my employees. I had 3 plumbers and 2 helpers, and it was just me and a helper after COVID. And then I kept working, beating up my body. I had to have surgery this year earlier. I opted not to go through summer because it was our busy time. And I finally blew my shoulder out. And so I had to have surgery. I started looking rapidly, like, what can I do? I know I'm going to be closing the business down completely because I'm the only plumber now, and I'm not going to have an income coming in. So I ran across the ad. I found Ed, thank God. It was a blessing in disguise. And here I am.
So Dennis, let's get to you. The next brand new member just came on. Dennis purchased a $6,500 product package. Come out, tell the people what state you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Dennis. I'm calling from Minnesota.
All right. Well, tell us about your professional background. What have you been doing the last 10 or 20 years?
Yeah, I've been 20 years plus in sales. My last position here, I'm actually on disability leave right now. So I started looking
for a home-based business. To one, I'm 70 years old. I've never been in business for myself, and I've tried some attempts at it, and I want to earn what I'm worth. And I think that after 20 plus years, I'm worth what I get now, and I want to jump out there and see what I can do. You know, I want to completely own my time. I don't want to really work full time anymore. I want to exceed my income. So, and I looked on Craigslist and I found an ad I chose Superior. One, I liked the business model. I liked you, Ed. You're forthright, and I like the training. I like the focus. And as I'm getting into this, I read, for example, the success list. There's a lot to learn here, and it blew my mind actually. And it's something that it's going to be a challenge. I like challenge, so I really want to dive into this. And being in sales for a long time, my experience, I think this is an excellent opportunity for me. So.